Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Mincho Network. It is Friday, the 17th of March, 2023, and it is 8:12 p.m. And I am kicking today's episode off with I had a trial shift today, which I thought was pretty cool. I had an interview the other day, and I did a trial shift today, and I enjoyed it. It was actually pretty cool. It was one of those things where I, again, don't want to explain what the job was. I don't want to talk about what the job is. I don't want to talk about... I don't want to give names of businesses or anything like that. But basically, it involves customer service and cash transactions. And that's pretty much it. But it's like fat stacks of cash too, like big cash transactions. And it was very interesting. I went in. It was meant to be a trial shift. I feel like I got jibbed a little bit. I was meant to have a follow-up interview with another business at 3:30, and I started with them today at 9:45, so I got in a little bit like early-ish, and it a trial shift generally, right, 2 hours, 3 hours max. I ended up being there till close, so I spent the whole day. But it was cool because by the end of the day, I think they were really appreciative of it too. And I think I've got the job, essentially. It wasn't just a trial shift. I got the job. I just have to get a police check and everything done before that. And I start next Wednesday. But basically, it went from sitting out in like the back part and just eavesdropping to helping fill out information to like doing some of the transactions myself to like being left alone just to do them. And I don't think that they have that happen very often. At least that was what the guy said. Like my new boss, that was what he said. He said like most of the time people need like a little bit of confidence building and stuff like that. But I guess I'm just a salesperson at heart. So I was able to sell to people. I was able to help them out, help them find what they're looking for, ask the right questions. And just, I got involved. I got heavily involved today. And I feel pretty good about it. So I'm going to just wait and see what sort of I'm not going to reject anything because money comes and it needs to come into my account more often than it is. But in saying that, I'm not just going to take a job and hold it if it's paying me like a third of what I got paid last time in my last role. I have another interview coming up on Tuesday next week, and I told this place that I have I have a doctor's appointment so that I can go to that. Just because I want to keep my options open, and if I get this other job as well, I get offered a job with them, I will consider it, depending again on the offer that's on the table with this new role, and like what, whether it's full-time hours, what my hourly rate is, or what my salary is, like all those little questions and things and whatnot. Once I have some accuracy and some clarification around what that looks like, then I will make more decisions. But I did, however, because I was there, I was meant to have another interview at 3:30. I didn't take that other interview. Now, it was a job that I wasn't too keen on, and I figured that I already had this one, which I do. It went from being called a trial shift to a first shift. So, it was still a trial. I don't think I got paid for it, and I don't know that they will pay me. I don't really care too much about that because what I was trying to put across was that I was keen on being there. And what else am I doing with my time anyway? I mean, the last couple of days I've just spent playing fucking video games. I haven't even been studying. I haven't been going to the gym. I haven't been like looking after myself in the same way. And so, what did Mad say earlier? A new job is as good as a holiday. Let me have a look at what that quote was. She said it. Change is as good as a holiday. A new job. Change is as good as a holiday. And this new work environment, a new place to be, a smaller team, there's less politics, there's less like people will get less upset at fucking stupid shit. It's a job that I think I need to move into, at least for the interim. I'm still thinking about other avenues and where I want to be, but for now I just need to study and make some cash, and that's what this job will be for me. But I have a really sore neck. I have a really sore like shoulder and neck. I've been doing like these stretches that I was shown when I had a chiropractor. But I think it was just from sitting most of the day and observing and having my head on certain angles and whatnot. But I'll go and stretch it out after this. But I don't know. I don't know what to talk about. I think it's interesting, the panic and the worry that you can have. One thing I have learned from being unemployed actually is how much money I was wasting before. So like Mads and I have made good money in the past, and we've gone and we've spent that money on things. We've been doing things and we buy little things for the house and stuff like that. But that money adds up so quickly. And one thing I never really appreciated before was how long you can hold on to money if you just don't spend it. Which is forever, right? The answer is forever. But in the last couple of weeks, I mean, you have to do a lot less. You have to be out a lot less, stuff like that. But you think I just walk through the city. I'll be out especially when I was working retail, it'd be like, I'd be in a shopping center. So it's like, I just go down to the food court and you can just grab a drink. Or you pop into a shop and you're like, oh yeah, we need this for the house. Or, oh yeah, I definitely need these new clothes. And you just end up spending a little bit of money here and there. And in the last couple of weeks, I think maybe Mads and I have bought like a takeaway coffee each, maybe. We're eating at home, we're eating meals, like home cooked stuff, and I just think that it's I think it's one of those things where the more, like now when I go back into the workforce and I start working again, I need to remember that money comes and money goes, but money can stay a little bit longer. It doesn't have to leave my bank account when I get the urge to buy something, or when I get the urge to splurge. So I think that restructuring how I think about money, and it's all, it's money's made to be spent, right? It's a transactional thing. But I don't need to buy all the time. I don't need to buy a fucking drink when I go to the shop. So I don't need to buy snacks or extra shit in the food shop, or I don't need to wait. I don't need to throw money down the toilet. I feel like I've just spent a lot of time. Maybe it was when Mads and I first moved to Canberra and we were both working full-time jobs we're both on over 55, 60K each, roughly between 55 and 60K each. And so that money all pulls into one bank account, and we're just, all of a sudden we've got money. So we want to go and buy things, fuck you. We've got money. Fuck you. We have that money. We can spend that money if we want to. And so now we're making a significantly less, not a lot less, but significantly less. Let's just say I reckon Mads's, income is probably halved. Maybe she's on 2/3 of what she was on before, working part-time and studying. And then obviously with it, no employment, I'm on nothing. But before that, I was on roughly what I was on before. So it's like, it's a drop, but it's not the biggest drop ever. And but the difference that creates, because the cost of living here in Melbourne is a lot higher. The amount of money that we're putting away was a lot smaller, but the amount of money that we were spending was the same. And so I think we need to rejig that. So the amount of money we're putting away is higher. We need to pay off loans and debts and other things we've got, like, student debts and whatnot. Pay those off. Pay back my dad for the money that we owe him for helping us out with Otis, and then aggressively put money away for to save for a house, or to save to move, or we want to have kids. I don't want to bring my kids into a world where we just haven't really thought about it and we haven't put money away. I've been given very good opportunities, and I've built myself up to be I don't know what to call myself. I like to think that I'm relatively smart, and so I built myself up to be aware of my flaws. And I think that if I don't look after my money, then I'm really just sort of disadvantaging myself, my future kids, other people in general. And then on top of that, yeah, I would be disappointing my present self too, right? Not just my future self, my present self. My future self would be upset that my present self didn't put money away, but my present self would have disappointed that he kept falling for, buy one, get one free type deals. Anyway, I have a dinner to go and eat with Mads. I think it's just hit the 10-minute mark. I'm colouring in my thing on. Maybe I should buy a colouring in book and just sit here and do that when I'm talking to this podcast, because I feel like I could not get distracted and think of words a lot quicker. But I'm going to end this now, and you're going to move on with your day. Thank you.